it's Lydia Velarde. Welcome to Lyd Listens, where I chat with members and visitors of the San Diego chapter of Urban Sketchers. This is Season 1, Podcast 1, and I'm happy to welcome Renata Brito, member of San Diego Urban Sketchers since 2013. Renata is co-organizer for the San Diego Urban Sketchers and manager of our Instagram account at USK San Diego. Renata created our chapter logo graphic and helps photograph our events. She's also attended 2 international USK symposiums. If you're listening on YouTube, we created a slideshow of Renata's urban sketchers dating back to 2013 and continuing through 2018. Hi, Renata.
Hi, Lydia.
Thanks for being my first guest.
Oh, thanks for selecting me to be your first guest. I'm honored.
Okay, cool. So first of all, I was wondering, and we probably all are wondering, how you got started with Urban Sketchers. Like, how'd you find out about our chapter and Urban Sketchers in general?
I was looking for a drawing group, and someone told me about the website meetup.com.
Mm-hmm.
This was in 2013, and you had just started the San Diego Urban Sketchers.
Right.
Yeah. So after I joined the group, that's when I learned everything about the Urban Sketchers organization, the chapters and symposiums. I had no idea what I was getting into, but it was awesome. It was the best, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Cool. So you heard about it from the meetup, and then did you explore the urbansketchers.org website?
Oh, yes. From there, I started browsing and started following other sketchers. Yes.
Okay. So did you sketch a lot before you found the Urban Sketchers, or what were you looking for when you went on Meetup? Like art groups or what?
Yes, art groups. I didn't have any drawing experience prior to 2012, other than, like grade school, art classes in grade school. I always had an interest in art, and I wanted to make art, but, I got married, I was working, I'm still working, but anyway, I didn't have a chance for many, many years to get into art and drawing. So it was in 2013 when I finally, I don't know, either was ready or made the time to start.
So mostly did you sketch by yourself before that? Or did you ever go out with groups?
No, I started taking classes in 2012.
Oh.
So I would draw in class or at home doing my homework, but I never went out. Never. So I never really did urban sketching before I joined your group.
Oh, I see. Like drawing from life. You never really did that before?
I took the figure drawing, a figure drawing class in 2012. And so that was my drawing from life, or some still life from class also.
So when you started, I know a lot of people tell me that they've been watching the group for a long time and they're kind of scared to come sketch with us. Did you find that it was, you were kind of nervous to come out and sketch with us? And if you were, what do you think you can say to help people that are afraid to come out?
Oh, yes, I was terrified. I joined the group in May of 2013, and it was only in August that I joined for the first time. I went to the first event, so it took me a few months.
Oh my gosh, that's
yes.
I hear that a lot, and we do have all levels, so I try to tell people not to be afraid.
Yes, but I think that if you were an absolute beginner, like in my case, I had just started drawing pretty much from zero, just the previous year, then it can be scary. But what I would say is that go for it. Take yourself out of the comfort zone, challenge yourself to go, and that first step just get you started, and you see how the urban sketchers are inspiring, accepting, and yes, we don't care what level you are. You're supposed to have fun. So,
that's good advice.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of urban sketching now that you've been doing it for a while?
It's the social portion of it.
Yeah, that's mine too. That's funny.
Yes. Meeting the new comers or catching up with the other regulars. It's really my favorite because it's inspiring, motivating, and we exchange ideas about art, events, materials, techniques. It's really fun. Yes, I enjoy that a lot. I'm sorry. The sketching portion is for me it's a result. Obviously, I want to do that, and I'm there for that ultimate reason. But it's just a result of being there with the group. Obviously, I am going to sketch.
Yeah, I agree. And even though I've been going a long time, I still get inspired and, with different ideas and stuff. Yeah. So, so we're in San Diego. Do you have any favorite locations?
Not really. I tend to think that I prefer urban areas because I like architecture and drawing buildings. But any location has been fun, and I always found something to sketch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, every place we went, I always found something. And even if it's a more remote location and I don't see any building I want to sketch, then I sketch the people. So yeah.
That's hard though, isn't it? Like
it is. But it's also a challenge, and it's something I want to get better at. So I make the effort, and I'm gonna say that for the most part I'm not happy with my sketch. But
you're not?
No, because I'm a perfectionist. I want it to be what I think is perfect or a higher level. But again, it's the fact that I'm there and having fun. The sketching process is like therapy for me, and I enjoy it very much. It's relaxing, and so that's what I enjoy.
Oh, that's cool. So, so you're always trying to improve. And do you ever use your sketches for something else, like paintings or anything, or do you just sketch for just to sketch, like to practice?
For the most part, is to practice, because I haven't really done a lot of paintings.
I like what you said about, because I was going to ask you how you approach a scene, and I really like that you said, that when you go somewhere, even though there's no buildings, you could always find something to sketch. And I think we forget that, there could be anything. You don't have to do a whole scene. You could just do one object, or like you said, try to do the people.
Yes.
So I was looking at the sketches that you sent me, and it looks like you started, like you used to do pencil, and now you do more pen and ink and watercolor. Do you just do the pen and ink now in watercolor, or do you switch off like in your techniques?
For the most part, nowadays I do the pen and ink with watercolor. But at first, I guess like many people, I was scared to put it in ink.
Yeah, I know.
From the start. So I would draw and then use watercolor, or draw and then do the ink after.
So you don't go directly with ink, you do the pencil first and then the ink?
This was when I first started years ago, but it's been a while now. I'd say about a year. I go directly and draw.
Oh, neat.
Sketch in ink, yes. I'm not afraid anymore.
No, yeah. It's just a sketch.
Yes, and again, as I said, it doesn't matter anymore if it's going to be a masterpiece or not. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes. So when I started following sketchers, I saw how different styles they have, and some are maybe very close to being photographic.
Yeah.
And others are so abstract. It's a wide variety, and it doesn't matter. You find the style you like, and just be happy. So that's how, for me, I decided that I don't have to draw something in pencil and be perfect and then go for ink.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, the first line, I go from there.
We had a new girl last week, Sydney. She was at the Coronado Ferry Landing, and she was drawing next to me. She goes, I like to draw kind of abstract. And she did the pier that way, and it was so interesting. She even added like green for the people, and it just made a really neat sketch. It looked really free, and, I like your point. You don't have to have a photographic drawing,
Yes.
So as far as your sketchbooks, what do you have a certain brand you like, or do you? I saw that you made some of your sketchbooks. What do you use? Yeah,
so that's my favorite brand right now. It's handmade by me.
That's good.
and I have to thank you, Lydia, because you taught me how to make them.
Cool. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so I like it because I can make the size I want. I can use the paper I want, the thickness I want. So it's very customized.
Yeah, I like that too. So when you start drawing in a sketchbook, do you continue, or do you switch off, like a different paper? Like, do you have one for figure drawing, one for landscape? Do you switch off your sketchbooks?
So when I started, I was trying all kinds of media and different papers. As a result, I have many books with only a few sketches in them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but after a while, I realized that I really like pen and ink and watercolor. So I started using mostly the watercolor sketchbooks and started filling them up before moving to the next one.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but I don't do that 100%.
Oh, you still switch off?
Sometimes, for example, when I went to Porto, I took a brand new sketchbook. I came back from Porto, I resumed the previous one I was working on. They had, I still had a few pages in it, so I wanted to finish that one. So I go a little bit back and forth still. And for example, I have in my purse a small moleskin sketchbook. So if I'm somewhere waiting for an appointment or something, I sketch with that one. So
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes.
So, you went to Portugal, and what was the other symposium you went to?
I went to Chicago last year.
Oh, okay. And what can you share about that experience? I've never been to one. Were you, overwhelmed, or was it just magnified experience, or what was it like?
Chicago was it was a nice way to start for me because it was here in the U.S. So familiar, right? And we had about 500 participants.
Wow.
And I decided to take all the ups and the demo. So I was busy all 3 days and didn't have much time to sketch on my own. So for Porto, I decided that I wanted to attend the sketch crawls and not go to the workshops.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I'm still learning and making different decisions for each workshop to see which one I would benefit more from. But overall, what I think is that it's an incredible experience to see and meet these sketchers that we follow, whether they are the instructors or just another sketcher like us. Yes, the social portion again it's very inspiring.
Yeah, because we all know each other online, but it's such a treat to meet them. When you finally see them, it's like meeting a little celebrity or something.
Yes.
So when you went to the symposiums, or and you took the workshops, not necessarily the symposium workshops, but have you taken any workshops that you want to share, like the artist that you really liked, or the technique you liked, or one you want to learn? What kind of things have you learned or want to keep learning?
I like Paul Wang from Singapore because he has this loose style. He plays it. It's obviously he's very good at drawing, but when it comes to the colors, he uses so many different colors, and he splashes, and he's very creative. So I really like his style, and I took his demo last year. Yes, and I would like to go to one of his workshops.
I'll put his name in the description under this podcast. I think I've been following him on Instagram. Is he the one that does the real watery watercolors, real juicy?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been following him. He's posted some really beautiful work.
Yes. I like it. I mean, it's not everyone that would like that loose of a style, but it works for me, and that's because I have this tendency of working really tight. And yes, so I want to loosen up, and he is my inspiration.
That's a good plan. I think we all get kind of tight because, I don't know, I was always afraid of getting loose because I wanted it to look like what I was drawing. And I think sketching helped me, like, to not care so much.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned it yourself, being a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So Renata, what are you working on now, or do you have any goals for your sketches?
I am taking figure drawing classes again. This is my second semester. It's my third class in second semester, and I'm taking figure drawing because to me, it's the most challenging subject.
Right.
Is to draw people and portraits. I want to get better with proportion and lines and introduce more people in my sketches. That's my goal. And again, not necessarily to have them in a photographic way, but I think that the more you learn and practice, the more you can loosen up and still have it look like a person and have some character.
Yes. I think it provides interest in a sketch too.
Yes.
But
yes.
since they always move, do you have any tricks? Like if you're practicing figure, when you draw on location in your urban sketching, do you have any thing that you do since they always move? Like I know some people draw them first, some take a little picture with their phone. Do you have any tips that we could use?
I have this thing of you capture the most you can of one person. But if maybe, I don't know, you miss the leg or something, then you wait for the next person to walk by and then you capture the leg.
That's a good idea, like animals, right?
Yes, yes. Or if they're sitting at a coffee shop or something, and they change position, but they go back to the same position every now and then. So you just wait. And you'll be able to capture.
What about, if you're drawing someone and they catch you, how do you handle that? I mean, staring at someone, how do you do that?
Oh, I try to be discreet. I'm not going to have my sketchbook, in front of me, like in plain sight for them to realize, oh, someone is drawing me. Yeah.
You're discreet.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for all your tips, Renata. I really enjoyed talking to you. And do you have anything else you want to share before we close out?
I have some suggestions if you want to learn more or find out more about the sketchers, urban sketchers or urban sketching, you can go on YouTube, for example, and just search for urban sketching or urban sketchers, and you are going to come across so many different sketchers with all kinds of styles and techniques and personalities. And you may find some that you like and would like to follow, and you can learn from them. So that's one thing I do. And I find that I don't like everyone's style or everyone's style of teaching, but I find some that I really enjoy and I learn from. So that helps me a lot. It's really nice when you can see what they are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We learn a lot from those demos.
That's a great suggestion. And where can we follow you and your work? Are you on social media?
I'm on Instagram. You can look for Renata_sketch.
Okay, Renata_sketch on Instagram. Yes. Okay, Renata, thanks.
Thank you so much, Lydia.
Hope you have enjoyed this first podcast of Lid Listens. If you'd like to follow our local urban sketching events, podcasts, sketch crawls, and plein air events, make sure you subscribe to Zip Chips on YouTube. Signing off.